Has your life been sideswiped by early retirement that was unexpected and not necessarily wanted either? You know, the kind of early retirement where you're kicking and screaming and dragging your fingernails across the grass while you feel like you're being dragged through the dirt to an early grave. That's the kind of early retirement that I feel like I have just been through about 3 years earlier than I had planned, and all of the fun stuff that comes with it. A lot will depend on your finances, if you were ready or not. Had you been counting on those next few years to see you through until you could have a comfortable retirement? Just how bad was it at the job, and how good is it now that you're home and out to do other things that maybe you would rather do? Unexpected retirement can be life-changing, and it can be a silver lining. Just takes a little bit to get through, a little bit to get used to. Maybe a few plans need to change, but in the end, maybe you can make it through and come out the other side even better. This series is my journey through and hopefully out the other side. And I will be making a 10-part video series that will outline the circumstances, the process, and the good, the bad, and the down and ugly part of being retired a little too early. I say that I've been loving every minute of it, but I know it's going to bite me someday if I don't get something figured out because of finances. If you have your finances all in order, then you're doing just fine. Or if you were a little bit earlier than you planned, but you're still okay. I'm kind of in that group. I might be able to limp through, but I will not be retiring as well as I would have been. But on the other hand, I'll have another 3 years of my life to get started on things I really enjoy, like this YouTube channel, and maybe my own business of some kind and that kind of thing, which I'm working on quite a bit. I'll be making another series about that as well. First thing that is the best thing ever is more time. Of course, that's the obvious, more time to do all the things that you want to do. And a lot of them are really important things that you just don't get around to when you're working and trying to juggle everything. And that's my dog over there. I always say they're just like children. Bowser, maybe you could do that some other time. So everything that you ever wanted to do, you now have time to do, and do it at your own pace, pretty much. The better off financially you are, the easier and less stressful that is, but you have more time for family, you have more time for friends, you have more time for your animals. In my case, point made. I have more time. I have an annual animal sanctuary here, and small animals, dogs, cats, chickens, and ducks at the moment. I had a squirrel at one time, and don't really know, maybe some other things. So they keep me really, really busy. So it has been just great to be home with them. And I'm not rescuing right now. I call it a sanctuary because they're all here. I need a home for 2 cats, but the rest of them will be staying here. I'm doing it for a long time. And it is really hard to juggle when you're working, and especially in a toxic place. So presence is another thing, just to be at home and to be present with everyone and everything, and even your own self. I think you probably all well know the years of just running and hurrying and like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I've got to get this done, got to get that done by rote. It's like every day, do this, do that, do this, do that. And you just can't be present very much, certainly not for the majority of your life in something like that. So that is, to me, another big thing, because I always have been very aware of trying to be present and just not getting there, because that's what life is all about. And as we reach the end, what do they call it? The end act, the ending act of our life. We want to be able to love and enjoy every minute of everything about it. And you just can't do it if you're not even here, right? It really comes down to time and control to do anything. It's like being released from a cage. And that is the best feeling ever. I'm sure you'll all will agree on that. So what I've always said, that it comes down to time or money. Now, if you have both, you are the lucky ones, because that's really all you need in this life. You need love, you need family, you need friends, you need community, you need health, you need all kinds of things like that. But to have any of those, you need time and money. You don't have to have $1 million. You have to have enough to eat. You have to have enough to have a roof over your head. You have to have enough you can help your family if you want to. You have to have enough you can drive if you don't live in a town. You have to have enough so you can afford to feed your animals. You have to have enough, the odd thing comes up, like you want to do a YouTube channel, so you buy a new tripod. Stuff like that comes up. Your phone breaks and it won't load any apps anymore. And honestly, someday maybe I won't have a phone. If this keeps going, I'll probably keep a phone for a while. But stressing over money is not fun. Stressing because you have no time is not fun. So those are the two basics. And those are what you have, hopefully, going into this. If you don't, and I am in that position, I'm okay right now, but I do need to figure out what I'm doing. And going back to the grind isn't really on my hit list of things I want to do. So let me see. Oopsie. I have notes. The other thing that I was going to say about that was that being 62, I'm not exactly, on the most wanted list for job possibilities. So I very well may decide in the spring that I have to get a job and I may not be able to get one. And that's scary. But I still don't think it's as scary as walking back into that toxic work area that I was working at. It was just became so over the top. It used to be that I'd walk in every day swearing that I would not get sucked in, and I always did, and it just kept getting worse and worse until the stakes got so high that I had to do something, and this is where I ended up. Can't imagine going back. So I guess I'm going to be crossing my fingers, but in the meantime, what I'm really trying to do is get my own thing going. I think most of us at this age will agree, unless you have a job that you really enjoy. Of course, that's possible. But if you don't, you're probably getting pretty done with it. There seems to be a cutoff somewhere around 60 that you've just had enough. I think physically, even, you just don't have the energy for it. I know I don't. I'm just finished. I'm just finished with it. So, what about the ugly? That was the bad. I might have forgot to say. That was the bad. The bad is the finances. If you don't have the finances, that's bad. It takes you down. It takes you down. The ugly. The ugly for me has just been the entire journey, the disrespect and what that did to me at the job itself. I didn't actually even realize while I was working there how far I had spiraled down until I've started healing. I knew I wasn't right, and I knew I couldn't seem to get back to what I used to be, and that it was more than just aging. But I really didn't realize how far down I'd come until I'd been out of there for a little while. And also the whole process, like I have said, I went through the medical system. If you don't know, you are very stressed, which you probably are, depending on your life circumstances. For me, it has been a long road of similar circumstances throughout my life from the time I was very young. So it was like the latest icing on the cake kind of thing, but it is an option. And I have ended up going on anti-anxiety. I'm having medications. I'm having counseling, which I enjoy, but the whole thing is quite humiliating. I'm going to say I feel deep inside, like when I have to deal with this, I feel like a loser. I sure don't feel like the same person that used to go to work feeling like $1,000,000 because I was doing well at my job and I was going to be fine and I was going to do okay after retirement. I was just making it through for the 3 years till my official retirement, but I could have stayed on very part-time after that, pay for little odds and ends and been just fine. So that is the ugly. It's the emotional trauma that you go through, the way it affects your being, your very soul and your self-esteem. Because no matter what, my last counseling session, I spent talking about could I have done something better? Was it a failing in me, and that I didn't protect myself? And was that maybe if I wasn't the way I was, maybe I would have been able to deal with it better. Like all this kind of internal stuff. And really, there was nothing that I could have done much differently, I don't think. Perhaps at the end I could have stayed calmer, but maybe talk to my boss a little more. But I had already talked to him. He was not on my side. He was not on board. So, how much can you do? And I was really concerned about my health. I did not want to be putting myself under so much stress that I ended up with health issues and not even making it to my retirement. That was a really, really huge concern of mine. So that is the story, the good, the bad, and the ugly of unexpected early retirement when you aren't ready for it quite. But maybe you are. Maybe you are ready. Maybe you can do what it takes. And I'm starting this YouTube channel. It's a long shot, but I really enjoy it. It's something I've wanted to do for years. One of those regrets that I didn't do it years ago. And now I have a really good subject or topic to just jump in here with. I'll be doing a series of 10 videos to start my channel off. I am also going to be taping my journey on YouTube. A lot of people do it, and I just find it fascinating to look back when they only had 10 subscribers or something. I should have really started doing it. I just didn't really, for some reason, think that it would be interesting for me to do, but I see so many things I'm learning, and it's getting better already. So I learned how to make thumbnails this morning, so I'm really happy about that. My thumbnail for this video is brand spanking new, and I'm quite pleased with it. So how has this affected you if it has happened to you? We really, really, really like to know. What this channel is all about is supporting each other, being kind to each other. I think that is our power in this world, and certainly among our age group, but in the world in general. A little bit of kindness goes a long, long way. Just helping somebody out just a little bit goes a long way. And that's what I would like us to be able to do here, to give ourselves support. I know I've seen a lot of support online myself for issues I've had, this being one of them, which is partly why I'm making this series. For all the people, especially in our age group close to retirement, that have to walk away from a toxic workplace or work environment before we're quite ready, because that is its own kind of stress. And I think that we need each other to help each other deal with it. And if you would like more details, I have put out another video on how to thrive after leaving a toxic workplace. I will have that linked here, I believe, or my toxic workplace playlist, which I'm pretty sure that it's going to show. I just set that up today, something else I learned. It'll show all of the videos that I've made, and I'm still making more. I'm not finished the series yet. I'll be highlighting all of the bonuses, which are like all the good parts, the health, the hobbies, the business opportunities or the chances to do things, gardening, all the fun stuff, the pets, all the fun stuff. For the fakeness, if you
wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up